What is up, chocolatiers? This is my top 10 favorite TV shows of 2024. So let's get it. Let's go. Coming at number 10, we got Fallout Season 1. Really love this show. Really think that it portrayed the games correctly. Um, and very excited for Season 2. Really don't have much to say about most of these TV shows because a lot of them came out earlier this year. And it's unlike a movie where it's like 2 hours. A lot of these shows are 8 plus episodes. But next at number 9 is a show I actually watched recently, and that is Cross Season 1. I have not read the Alex Cross books. I do need to watch the Morgan Freeman movies. I know I'm behind on all that stuff. But as a cop show that I just watched with little knowledge, I really enjoyed it. I heard it's nothing like the books, which I do kind of hate. I do like stuff that portrays correctly, but I don't know how the fans are feeling about this. But as far as me, though, I believe that the killer was very cool. The fanboy killer was very mysterious, very thought out, very methodical. And I enjoyed the overall mystery of it. Ready for season 2. Coming at number 8 is Superman and Lois final season. So the final season of Superman and Lois kind of wraps everything up in a nice little bow. I really hate that this show is ending, but at least it had an ending, unlike other shows that just kind of get canceled and kind of swept under the rug. At least this show was given a chance to have a perfect ending. And I believe perfect is what they got. This is one of my favorite interpretations of Superman. Tyler Hoechlin pretty much is my default Superman for right now. I really loved his portrayal, and I really loved the Lex Luthor that we got in this show. I thought he was really, really good. Coming at number 7 is Mr. and Smith Season 1. Now, this is kind of going to be, I'm assuming, an anthology type show that's going to follow kind of like a main plot. Because we learned earlier this year after it ended that they are not going to be continuing with the same Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And so next season we're getting 2 others, which I believe they've already casted. And I'm kind of liking that idea. But as far as a season 1 goes, you know, Childish Gambino is so good up in it, just like he was in Atlanta, which I believe he produces. I don't know if he helps write this show or not, but it's just pretty much the projects that he ends up attaching stuff on end up being really, really good and thought out. Once you can remove all the other people's thoughts that are trying to be influenced in your head, and you just watch this show for what it is, it's actually not really that bad, and it's a really great spy, also kind of love story drama that I really like. Coming at number 6, we got X-Men 97 Season 1. Now, as a kid, I loved the old X-Men show, and so to get a continuation of this pretty much brought joy to my heart, but also made me really want them to continue the Spider-Man show, especially with that cameo that we got at the end and stuff like that. And so, I feel like this show did exactly what it needed to do. It made you want more and wants you to ask more questions, and so I'm hoping that we get Season 2 very fast next year. Coming at number 5, we've got The Bear Season 3. Now, The Bear Season 3, there is a little bit of bias here because I just love The Bear. I think that The Bear is so great. While other people thought this show was kind of filler, which is funny because one of my top viewed videos is how I'm kind of talking about that. But even though it is, like I said in my review, it's still really good. Like, it's filmed really good. It's shot really well. It's just acted really well. It's just more of what you wanted. It's just that the story I feel like fell a little bit flatter, and I get that was the point of the show. But yeah, with them coming out with season 4, hopefully early next year, I'm very, very excited for more, and I want more from Carmi and them. Coming at number 4 is a show I've finished recently, and that's Spec Ops Line S season 2. I feel like this is Taylor Sheridan's best show on the network that he has on Paramount Plus and stuff. And I've talked about this show a lot on my channel. I just feel like it gets the vibe of war without being, you get what I'm trying to say, like, without being like in your face. And I really think the action sequences are really good. I think the character dynamics are good, but having these young women go into situations they don't want to go into, while also trying to serve and protect the greater good. And I really just think that, it sends out decent messages, I feel like, about who's really the good guy. And I really like that, as far as a Taylor Sheridan show goes, so far, it's not getting to where it's like Yellowstone was, where it's kind of like, filler. Like, it seems every episode had like a purpose and a plot, and it's really good. Coming at number 3, I have The Penguin Season 1. Now, The Penguin Season 1, that scared me. The Penguin Season 1 is pretty much, I mean, you've seen it, everybody's seen it. It's more of the Batman, but it pretty much goes into more of Colin Farrell's character. and it's got one of my favorite shots in TV this year. The one where he's like burning the woman and the boy, and just like the glistening in his eyes. And so there's a lot of cool shots like that you get in the show, going into the psyche of this character, showing how crazy he is, showing he's not really a good guy. And overall, yeah, I just really, really enjoyed this show. And they're talking about doing a season 2 or doing some more expansions. At the time of recording this, the Batman Part 2 did get delayed. And so if they do want to get into some more stuff before we get that, at least to, you know, help us out a little bit, um, you know, I'm very much here for it. Coming at number 2, we got The Day of the Jackal season 1. That's a show I was not had on my radar. I kind of had finished most of those shows I had, and I did have it on my list to watch. And so I decided to go in and watch it. And for some reason, they dropped like 5 episodes the first week. Then they did 6, 7, 8. There might have been 10 episodes. They did those week to week, which is weird. I've never seen a show do that. Like they drop like half the season in like a day. And so I ended up watching those in a day. I was just so captivated by this character of the Jackal, played by Eddie Redmayne. And, I knew there was an old movie and book. I did not know that Bruce Willis played in a recent adaptation of that. That's something I've now put on my list to watch. But the fact that they were like, yeah, this is no longer a miniseries, we're continuing off, is kind of why this fell a little bit flat for me and not fully number one like I feel like it should have been. And that is simply because you can kind of tell in the show they're like, we gotta make a season 2. And so the ending is like, it's not all over the place, but it's kind of like, okay, we're not going to explain how this one thing happened because it clearly shows going to go a different route. But outside of that, though, I'm glad they did that. I'm ready for season 2. I need it today. And coming at number 1 is a show I feel like a lot of people forgot about on their top 10 list, even though they praised it. It's the Apple TV show Dark Matter. I'm going to call it season 1 as well because even though I know it covers the book, I believe the first season covers all the book. They claim they're bringing it back for season 2. So I'm a little worried about that without them having stuff to work on. But Dark Matter season 1 is just so well thought out. It's so perfect. It is amazing. Everything from performances to all this crazy sci-fi stuff to the mystery, what's going on, to the underhandedness, what's going on with his other self, and like all this other crap like that. You're just always on the edge of your seat. You always want more. You're always trying to get another episode. You're always trying to catch up. And yeah, this is probably the best show I've watched this year. I almost forgot it myself because I'm telling you, when these shows come out weirdly like this and they just kind of come out of nowhere, I mean, you binge it real quick because like, I believe I was behind on like 5 or 6 weeks, and so I had to watch the last few episodes week to week. But not that many though. But just just on a scale of Apple, because I know Apple pretty much doesn't miss as far as their shows go. Every now and then they got a miss. This is kind of like up there with Severance. I would feel like I feel like this and Severance are like my 2 favorite shows on Apple. Just that cool sci-fi. So if you like that, you'll like this. And yeah, with that, that is my top 10 list of 2024 for TV shows. Comment down below. Let me know your top 10 list of TV shows. Did you watch any TV shows? And let me know your most anticipated show of next year. And with that, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.